Growing up, the Brady Bunch just seemed to be one of those shows that was always on TV. I wasn't the show's biggest fan. My favorites were Star Trek, Batman, Leave It to Beaver, and Andy Griffith. But that said, I always found hanging out with the Brady family to be a pretty darn pleasant experience. And while all of the cast members were great, they really were, I have to admit that I thought the kids were the best. Maybe it's because I was a kid and they were kids, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't have to have a reason. Anyway, here's the thing. After the show ended, it kept coming back. Kind of like that scene at the end of the first Terminator movie. You know the one I'm talking about. Anyway, this show just wouldn't die. First there was the Brady Bunch Variety Hour, and then the Brady Brides, followed by A Very Brady Christmas, and then last and maybe least, the ill-fated attempt at a dramatic version of the show called The Bradys. And with each zombie iteration of the Brady Bunch, there seemed to be a new fake Brady girl. Yep, seeing these three together as sisters, well, it was pretty much a thing of the past. First, it was Jan. I can just hear her saying, Marcia, Marcia, Marcia right now. When the Brady Bunch Variety Hour premiered, almost everyone showed up to the party. Even Robert Reed, who had been very unhappy during the final couple of seasons of the original Brady Bunch series. However, like I said, almost everyone showed. For whatever reason, Eve Plum, the original Jan, was not available, and because of that, actress Jerry Reichel took her place. I still remember staring at the cover of this Dynamite magazine and thinking, that new Jan was pretty cute. It turns out she could really sing as well. In fact, that's one of the things that fake Jan, Jerry Reichel, does these days. Although it looks like her 2012 album, 1200 Riverside, is her most recent musical endeavor. Here's a couple of little pieces of trivia about Jerry. One is that she had never seen an episode of The Brady Bunch when she auditioned for the role of Jan. And the second is that she was actually given the role of Blair Warner in the original pilot episode of The Facts of Life. Unfortunately, she had to pass on the opportunity because she had a contract doing cereal commercials on television for General Mills. Next up was Fake Cindy. Does anybody remember which Brady project usually the very dependable Susan Olsen did not appear in? If you are a die-hard Brady nut, fan, then you knew it was the 1988 TV movie A Very Brady Christmas where Susan did not appear. She was newly married, and it turns out that her honeymoon conflicted with the shooting schedule, and because of that, she took a pass on what turned out to be the second highest rated television movie of the 1988-1989 TV season. In her place was actress Jennifer Runyon, who had been seen previously in the sitcom Charles in Charge. After the Brady Bunch TV movie, Runyon continued to act in other shows such as Murder, She Wrote and Quantum Leap until she got married and took some time off to raise her family. Last, and definitely not least, is fake Marcia. Personally, I think Maureen McCormick is irreplaceable. But you know what? Things weren't going all that well for Maureen around the time of the making of A Very Brady Christmas. The late 80s and early 90s were full of highs and lows for her, and as such, she wasn't available when the producers of the movie decided that the ratings were good enough that they wanted to return the Brady family to weekly television, albeit in a more dramatic 60-minute format. So when the Bradys debuted in 1990, there was a new Marcia in town for the TV show that critics semi-affectionately called Brady Something. I should have known something was up when that strange girl in the upper left-hand corner showed up. That's not Maureen. Oh my goodness, Jan looks older than Marcia. Just what the heck is going on here? Because Maureen wasn't available, actress Leah Ayres stepped into the role of Marcia for the CBS TV show that lasted only 6 episodes and ran from February to March of 1990. This one was tough for me. I didn't like the new, more dramatic version of the Brady family, but I also especially didn't like that Marcia's husband Wally acted like nothing was wrong. Come on, man, you of all people should have said something. You should have known. This is your wife. This is Marcia. This is the woman who you got married to at the exact same time as Jan got hitched to her man, and then you shared a house. Oh, those were the days. I actually really like the Brady Brides, and I don't understand why that 1981 TV show didn't last longer. Anyway, Leah Ayres also known as Fake Marcia, is probably best known for her role in the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Bloodsport. But these days she teaches children and yoga. Well, at least that's what Wikipedia says. It looks like she still makes an appearance in movies and television from time to time, if an intriguing offer comes her way. By the way, all 3 original Brady girls were finally back for 2019's A Very Brady renovation on HGTV. On that show, they and their TV brothers joined forces with stars from the network to renovate the real-life Brady Bunch home in Los Angeles. I only caught a couple episodes of that show, but I've got to say that there is something very comforting about seeing all 6 kids back together again. Over the course of the show's run, the Brady kids helped their new HGTV friends completely demolish the inside of the home that really only served as an establishing scene for the original show. The inside of the home didn't look anything like the set that served as the Brady's home on television, so it really was a lot of fun to watch that iconic home be recreated from the inside out. You know what else was a lot of fun? The Brady Kids cartoon from the early 70s. Again, all of the original actors showed up to voice their characters, at least for the show's first season. And I absolutely loved it when Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Lone Ranger made appearances on different episodes of the show. I really miss Saturday morning cartoons, getting up with my bowl of cereal and settling on in for hours of great entertainment. Those were the days. All right, now it's your turn. What did you think of the fake Brady girls? Please share your memories in the comments section, and while you're at it, I'd love a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I would be absolutely honored if you would consider subscribing to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and television, mostly from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.